Hey guys, Locked On Astros here, making the most of everything going on or not going on this off season. Let's talk about. I want to give you my thoughts on what is going on in the Astros world. Let's talk about it right now.
Jainer Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Locked On Astros. I'm Htown Wheelhouse, and this is your daily Astros podcast. I'm not Eric the Man Huysman. I didn't take that down earlier, but sometimes I want to be like Eric. But I am me, Htown Wheelhouse. You know where to find me at Htown Wheelhouse on X, Instagram, and TikTok, at Stros411 on X and on Facebook, and at Back to the Bullpen on X, on YouTube, on iHeartRadio, and look, Spotify. Look, I'm always positive, always Stros, and thank y'all for tuning in. Tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is America's #1 sports book. Go to FanDuel today. New customers, when they place their first $5 bet, you will get started with $150 in bonus bets. If you win your first $5 bet, visit FanDuel.com to get started today. So I tried to catch a little bit of Eric's show last night. It's at the Rockets game with my son. Thank y'all for tuning in for Eric. He is out tonight. He's doing the school thing. He's doing some studying. So I am manning the mic, and I am free tonight. And Mama Wheelhouse is here. Jacob is here. Supreme Panda. Yeah, go ahead and ask your question. Mr. Moreno, Mr. Reyes, Mr. Little, Mr. Rashad. We got everybody. Willard Wright. We got the OGs. That's right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Look, guys, a couple things that we have to look at is the Houston Astros, for everything that there is out there and all the talk that is out there. I'm pretty sure that there is one thing that is true about what's going on with the Astros this offseason. They literally have one goal. What's that one goal? I want someone to tell me here in the comment, who is the one goal for the Houston Astros this offseason? I'll give you a hint. He is one heck of a tiger. Well, Bregman. Alex Bregman is that person, is that man. And they do have a lot of irons in the fire. They have got pitchers that are coming back off of injury. How much are they going to be able to depend on them? Lance McCullers, if he returns to the bullpen, lefty, the guy that you could rely on, 2017 World Series, 20 plus straight curveballs in a row, and so on and so forth. But there's someone I want to mention towards the end of the show or later in the show, a target of mine that I hadn't thought of until my friend Corbin sent me a message and said this would be an interesting name to look at. And I started looking at his free agency, and I was like, this guy would be great. Supreme Panda leads off with a question. Look at this. Do you think we should have kept Trey Cabbage? No. Trey is not even a complimentary piece for this team. He's just a guy that you sign and you hope you get something out of. There was nothing. Christian Ramirez does come in strong with we have the advantage to re-sign Bregman. That is correct. That is really one of those things that you've got to think about and look at. Now, one of the things that you have to do is you have to start looking at, if you have all these irons in the fire, meaning, do you shore up first base? Do you get a left-handed bat? Do you get an outfielder? Do you try to sign another starting pitcher? Do you get a left-handed arm in the bullpen? What do you do? I mean, there are so many things to do when it comes to the Houston Astros. I'll get to the starting nine post Alex Bregman if that were to happen. But when I'm looking at free agency, and I know some of y'all say, can we quit talking about Rizzo and all this stuff? Rizzo's 35 years old. Look, first base is an aging place. 37 years old, 35, 37, 32, 33, 30, 38, 30.9, 29.6, and 40.3. Those are the years of our first baseman free agents. And they go all the way down where Christian Walker, his previous AAV was 10.9 million. I would love for Christian Walker to sign with the Houston Astros. I just don't know. Look, he's 33, so he's probably not going to sign a long deal. 3 years, 66 million. Would you do it? I would do it. I should have put Christian Walker on this thing because Paul Goldschmidt keeps coming up. I don't want Goldie. Goldie, I know you're a Houstonian. Sorry. Eric was he's all, I don't know if he's all in on Goldie, but Goldie's a local product from the Woodlands, all that stuff. I'm just saying there's no reason to get an aging first baseman. There's no reason to get anybody that's 38, that's 39, that's 40. Now, Rizzo's 35. It's hard to believe that Anthony Rizzo is 35. He is a left-handed bat. The only lefties that are in this first base crop of unrestricted free agents without trading are Rizzo, Carlos Santana, who's a switch hitter, Joey Gallo, and Rowdy Tellez. Not interested in those guys. Well, Josh Bell's a switch hitter. He's 32. Is Josh Bell someone that you could get him to turn things around? Remember, he was rumored to be talking to the Astros when he was out there originally for free agency, when he came away from when he went to the Marlins. Before that, the Astros were kind of rumored to be in on him. Does he have enough value? He only has a $5.2 million value. The guy has, and he's hit 130 plus hits from 2021 to 2024. He has his highest average is 277 back in 2019. His WAR this last year was minus 0.93. I don't know who I want to look at. I don't know who I want to sign. But at the end of the day, the Astros have got to make a decision. And here's my solution. I'm going to get to your comments about what Eric said last night about Walker, okay? Here's the deal. This is what I would do. If I'm Dana Brown, of course I'm not. If I'm making that money, DeCenzo at first has the goods. Okay, DeCenzo is an option. But if I'm like, I don't want to spend and I don't want to put DeCenzo at first, okay, Shea Wickham, I think is supposed to take third if Bregman doesn't end up signing. I would, call me crazy, I would think about moving Caratini to first base, putting Yainer as your main catcher, and then bringing up Cesar Salazar as your backup. Because then you have three catchers. You also have two of the three that can play first base. You have three of the three that can also DH. So although you name Caratini, okay, some people say Caratini has better defensive skills than Diaz. But who's better at first base? If your defensive skills are, look, I don't know. I'm just saying, I think the Houston Astros are going to be finding a discount in some form or fashion at first base. You have Singleton, you have Caratini, you have Diaz. Dubon fills in every once in a while. You have DeCenzo. Maybe first base isn't that big of a deal. Maybe we don't have to look at a Rizzo or a Goldie or Joey Gallo. Can you imagine Joey Gallo signing with the Houston Astros? That would be insane. Now, Willard says, look, Brett, why doesn't the Astros trade for Robert Jr., Sorka to replace Kikuchi in free agency? And plus, if the Astros can turn Kikuchi from sorry to Blue Jays back to all-star form with the Astros, why can't they do it with another guy? Look, the Astros have worked wonders with pitchers. The Astros have worked wonders with the men that they bring in. And that is no mystery to the league. The league knows what happens when we grab free agents, Charlie Morton, reclamation projects, and revamp their careers. And look, you may not need a career revamping, but you may need a revamping of the way that you handle your shopping. And I'm going to share that with you. And also, I want to tell you about FanDuel. But first, how do we shop better? Hey, look, Hey, look, I'm glad you asked. This episode is brought to you by Ibotta. Ibotta is a great app. Look, it's free. It's easy to use. It is used by thousands of people, millions of people across the United States. You could shop for groceries and actually make money doing it. That's right. You can get paid for buying your groceries. You should use the code LOCKEDONMLB and start earning cash back today. Most reward programs don't really offer you much. Maybe I might get a free t-shirt or a hat or something. But with Ibotta, you can get your money back. You can get enough money back to cover a fancy dinner. You can go and shop at places like Lowe's, Macy's, Sephora, Best Buy, and more. Download the Ibotta app today. Use the code LOCKEDONMLB to get 100% cash back on your Thanksgiving feast. That's right. Thanksgiving's coming up. Get 100% back on your Thanksgiving feast starting November 1st. Just go to the app. It's already started. It's the 7th already. It's the 8th already if you're listening. You could be on the 10th. Go to the App Store. Go to the Google Play Store and use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's Ibotta, IBOTTA at the Google Play or App Store. Use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB. And also, this episode is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel's America's #1 sportsbook. Get ready to tackle the NFL action with this great app because right now, new customers, when you bet $5, you get $150 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel Sportsbook apps gives you everything you need to place live bets in the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of a game, you check out the latest ads, play-by-play, so much more. Just visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and get $150 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. It's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch and make every moment better with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's a little rusty on the ads there, but we had to get through it. We do it. That's what pays the bills. So let me try to get back in here. Let me tell you some names that make sense right now. I really think Strake Jesuit kicks butt. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming you go to Strake Jesuit High School. Good job, Powered by Plants. But I digress. So anyways, here's a name that my friend Corbin mentioned to me, and I got to give him props because this dude sends me the most cerebral text when it comes to baseball. I absolutely love it. Good friend of mine. He said, hey, H-Town, what about AJ Minter? You know, that guy from the Braves, that lefty who is a menace on the mound. I'm like, dude, let's go get him. Because why? His market value is extremely low, $2.7 million. You can get him 2 years for $5 million. I'm paying AJ Minter. Did someone just say Justin Dearden? What's going on with? Anyways, I don't know why y'all talking about Justin Dearden. Okay, anyways. Oh, you're an alumni. There you go. You are an alumni. Go Fighting Crusaders, Strike Jesuit Crusaders. But AJ Minter, dude, this guy right here, let's go get him. He's 31 years and 74 days old. He retired. What? Wait, who said he retired? Christian Ramirez said he retired. There's no way, bro. Oh, Justin Dearden retired. I was like, okay, y'all got to quit throwing me off in the chat here. If y'all are listening, I have a live chat going on. There's total chaos going on tonight. I have a live chat going on. People talking about retiring players. I'm thinking it's AJ Minter. They're talking about Justin Dearden. My dog walks in. The door's wide open. I don't know what's going on. Crazy world, crazy things going on. But what other names out there make sense? I encourage you to go to Spotrac because they have this great place where you can check out free agents and you can see them by their position. Okay. It is a really, really great tool. 2025 free agents. Let's just look at some relief pitchers because right now I don't know that we're going to be signing in. Or no, let's do this. Let's go starting pitcher. Let's go SP4. Well, there are no free agents. Wow. Let's go relief pitchers. Again, we've mentioned these before. Ryan Presley, okay, has a vested option of $14 million. He has a no trade clause. The Astros are talking about shopping him around possibly. He's 35. and a half years old. A lot of these relievers are 35 and up. We just lost Graveman. Blake Trinan's 36. You don't want to go after someone like that, but AJ Minter's on the lower end of these guys. Clay Holmes may be someone you want to talk about getting. He has a market value of $6 million. Guys, these relief pitchers are something else. They've got the goods. Tanner Scott is he's a lefty, $5.7 million for his. Brooks Raley's out there again. We could go Brooks Raley again. I'm joking. Andrew Chafin is out there, lefty. I'm mainly looking at lefties. Jake Diekman, Ryan Yarborough. There are a lot of guys that if you look at who's out there for relief pitchers, they're going to need pitching depth, because this last year, one of the biggest things was, look, we need pitching depth. Yes, Lance McCullers Jr. will be a relief pitcher. And I like this. Use Whitley, use LMJ for relief. That's great. But what happens if one of those guys goes down? I would say go get some relief pitchers. Oh, it's okay, Plants. It's okay. No big deal on the side conversation. I should have been able to follow that a little bit better, but it's all good. But one of the things I didn't get to talk about on the show the other day is I didn't realize that the Astros not offering Yusei Kikuchi a qualifying offer may seem to be something that prices him out of the market. Because here's the deal. If the Astros do sign Alex Bregman, which I think they should, to a multi-year deal, it sounds like they are not going to be signing another player for a ton of money for a 7 or 8 year deal. I just don't see them doing it. I think what that means is Framber Valdez is not going to be signed. Kyle Tucker will not be signed. Now, with that being said, Kyle Tucker, you ride his contract out, his last year out. Framber Valdez, we have depth. See you later. Adios. You're gone. Framber Valdez, I need some minor league players. I need some major league ready players. That's what I want to do. You're going to have the pitching depth. Gusto's going to come up. You have Colton Gordon who can come up. You've got Eric Getty who should be better next year. You've got Hunter Brown who's really taken the lead. You've got Ronel Blanco. You may be losing Yusei Kikuchi. That's what you have Orion Gusto for. That's what you have these other guys on this staff for. And so you hope that at the end of the day, that you have the horses in the barn to keep you through. Now, I just got to send a shout out. I was just on the Juicebox Junkie podcast, Juicebox Heroes podcast. Guys, that's a phenomenal podcast. Go check them out. Juicebox Heroes. They're local guys. They're from that kind of the Bay Area, we call it, around Houston. And I was just on there, talked to them about the Astros for a while. That was fun. So make sure you check out those guys. They do a bang up job. Is Urquidy with the Space Cowboys as a result of us releasing him? I do not believe so. He is basically a free agent. So Jose Urquidy, I think, is gone. It would be interesting to see if they signed him back to maybe, I don't know how much of a lesser deal it would be with them, but he could be signed back, I guess. I don't know if the Astros are going to do that, but Jose Urquidy's value, his previous AAV was 3.75. But remember, why would you sign him back? Because honestly, he's not coming back till midseason. Oh, it shows him on the Space City roster. Wasn't he last on the Space City roster? Because he's not showing right now any team. It says Astros starting pitcher, but there's nothing else on there. So I don't know. Maybe he's in Space City. Maybe there's something that happened transactionally that I'm not aware of, but I don't know. I want Yusei Kikuchi back. Is he too expensive? Apparently, from what Boris is saying, he is. He's going to be very expensive. And the Astros know his value is basically what he's saying. He's basically telling the Astros, you know his value, and we are going to value him as high as we want to. So has his market value changed? $14.9 million for 1 year is his market value. Now, would you be willing to pay him 3 years, $60 million at the age of 33? He has 5 years experience. You willing to pay him 3 years for 60? Would you give him 2 years, 32? 2 years, 32. That's $16 million a year. Trading Framber, it would free up money they have to pay Framber after when he's eligible for like a big contract. But remember, it's Christian Javier who got that big contract, not Framber Valdez, which I still think to this day is probably upset. Sign Blake Snell. He's going to be too expensive. Blake Snell, I think, ends up back with the Giants. They just give him a different deal. As of November 4th, Urquidy was listed as a Houston Astros sent right-handed pitcher, Jose Urquidy, outright to Sugarland Space Cowboys. Okay, well, there you go. So if that's the case, then that's the case. Yeah, Scott Boras, whatever he does, whatever he's doing, he may not be doing it right, but he's gaining more clients. I mean, he gained Hunter Brown now. He's not the bad guy you think he is in Houston. He's not the boogeyman that we make him out to be. But we're going to enter our last segment in here after we get another word from our sponsor. This episode is actually brought to you by our friends at Robinhood. All right, everybody, Robinhood Gold is a place to go. It is where you don't need a silver spoon to eat up the financial favors of the 1%. Robinhood Gold allows others to get the rates and perks usually reserved for the high society people. Those people who look at them are like, oh my gosh, look at them. No, that can be you, the resourceful individual. With Robinhood Gold, you can earn a very low rate of 4.5% APY on uninvested cash and be rewarded with a handsome 3% retirement boost on an IRA account. So Robinhood Gold provides the privileges of the high net worth for any net worth. That's right. These generous benefits are now available for only $5 a month. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. Sign up at robinhood.com/gold. Terms apply. This for product specific disclosures. Visit robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates may change. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC. Check out Robinhood Gold today. All right, and make sure you make us your first listen. Make sure you make Locked On MLB your second listen every single day. Sully, please call him Sully. His name is Paul Francis Sullivan, but he doesn't want you to call him that. What you call him Sully? Go hang out with him. The guy's got some good stuff. He truly knows baseball, and we're glad to have him a part of the Locked On Network. So let's get into this. Kikuchi, I think, is probably going to be priced out. I say offer him 16 for 2. He's probably going to get 20 million for like the next 3 or 4. The Astros are probably like, we're not going to do that. Last time we paid a pitcher, he's in a barista now. I'm sorry, I digress. Sorry about that, Lance. I'm over the Lance. Look, Lance McCullers, I want him to come back and contribute as a relief pitcher, and that's it. I need my Whitley in the bullpen. I need my McCullers in the bullpen, and I need those guys to lock it down. Trevor Bauer will not be signed. Stop asking for Trevor Bauer. Okay, Tej, clearly you're trolling. And Yasiel Puig? Really? The guy that's got connections to, like, people he owes money to? Nah, I'm sorry. There's a lot better options. I'd rather sign a blind man with one arm than re-sign someone like Yasiel Puig. There is no chance that happens, and it makes no sense. So, yeah, I see you trolling with your little crying emojis. Real funny, buddy. Real funny till somebody gets hurt. No, but I'm joking. But here's the deal. I want to talk about, look, I think Alex Bregman's coming back. Before I talk about the Astros and where I see this team, the Houston Astros have a chance to lock in one of their cornerstone guys. And I actually mentioned this a little bit on my friend's podcast, the Juicebox Heroes, about how Bregman brings he brings professionalism. He brings winning. he wants to win. He's not going to go somewhere where he's not going to win. He doesn't want to play. Yes, he's opened up his options at second base, quote unquote. He's more valuable, yada, yada, whatever. I don't care if Bregman plays second base or catcher. If that team is not competitive, nobody cares. He's not going to Seattle. I really doubt he goes to New York. LA, I don't know. I see Dodgers fans wanting them, but why would Bregman go to LA? That makes no sense. It makes no sense. I just really think that Alex Bregman, at the end of the day, sits down, looks at Reagan, looks at Knox, looks at Reagan's future, their second future son. Probably his name's probably gonna be Triple or Juicebox Jim or something. And he's talking to his family. He's like, you know what, guys? I'm going to get paid. I'm not going to get paid as much as I told you I was going to get paid, but we're going to have so much success in this town. We are going to own this town. Like, we are going to fight in a way that they build a statue of Altuve and me next to each other. Willie Adames, no, he's not coming here. Too expensive. He's getting a lot of looks. I believe Willie Adames is getting looked at by the Mets. If I can remember correctly, I forget who said they were in on him. I think the Mets are in on him. The Mets and the Dodgers are kind of in a bidding war for Willie Adames. So you can kiss someone like Willie Adames goodbye. He's not coming to Houston. If the Dodgers and the Mets are looking at him, they're not going after him. The Mets are also eyeing Juan Soto. Can you imagine if the Mets signed Juan Soto and Willie Adames? Holy crap, that would be crazy. Dorothy said she likes when Bregman calls Minute Maid Park his house. Brett, do you think, let's see what Dorothy says here. Do you think that this is Jacob. I'm sorry. Brett, do you think that if we were to keep Seth Martinez, then we could have possibly trade him for Naylor or Mountcastle? No, I mean, the fact that we let him go tells you he's got no value. Christopher Moreno here says a cheap option will be potential high reward. I see what you're doing there, Chris. I see how you're getting your Kevin Biggio propaganda out there. Oh, man, that is brutal right there. What do y'all think? Now, Chris came up with this idea a long time ago, and apparently he loves him some Kevin Biggio. He wants Kevin in an Astros uniform. What do y'all think? You think it would be worth it? Would it be fun? Eddie says this, Brett, in all honesty, would you be surprised if Mr. Crane actually does go for Christian Walker? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think Christian Walker, look, Walker is not young, okay? Walker, let me just pull him up here. Walker is not on, Christian Walker he's 33, okay? So you give him a 3-year deal. He's 36 at the end of that deal. He made $10 million this last year, okay? Do y'all think he's valued at $20 million? I don't think he is. He has a qualifying offer. Walker he has a qualifying offer. Okay. Well, so buy to the draft pick. Yeah. Well, we don't have draft picks now. We haven't had draft picks in the past. So why start a new trend and get draft picks, right? Who needs a farm system? I'm joking. It's insane, though. Look, as much crap as there is talked about the Astros farm system, which I don't think it's in great shape, they sure as heck know how to develop players, and I think that's the name of the game. Rowdy Tellez won't be a trade. Rowdy Tellez he's a free agent. You would just pick him up. Michael Lorenzen, okay. Susan said no to Walker. Okay, so because Susan, Dana Brown, Susan says no. We can't give up draft picks. Okay, good job. You just got hired as GM. Someone goes, Paige, Tellez is awful. We need Breggy in the locker room, too. That's right. We need Breggy in the locker room. So this is going to be tough. Here is my Astros starting lineup if Alex Bregman does not come back. And this is 1 through 9. I'm probably going to shift some numbers around. I did this on the other podcast earlier. But I have Altuve, Tucker, and Alvarez. It's a really good top three. I mean, hard to beat that, right? Then in the cleanup spot, I have Yainer Diaz. Then fifth, I have Victor Caratini at first base, not John Singleton. I have Jeremy Pena sixth at shortstop. I have Shea Whitcomb at third base because I don't have anybody else. I do have Chas McCormick in left field, but in center field, I have Mauricio Dubon. Maybe Dubon hits higher in that lineup. You shift him up to the fifth or sixth spot, but I like Dubon as kind of a second leadoff hitter to bring the lineup back to the top of. So starting day, starting day. Good Lord, like I ever watched a baseball game. Opening day lineup for Htown Wheelhouse goes as this. This is if we don't do anything really big and we just keep the guys that are on the roster now, excluding Alex Bregman: Altuve, Tucker, Alvarez, Diaz, Caratini, Pena, Whitcomb, McCormick, and Dubon. That would be my 9. That's who it is. That's what you got. Is that enough? Is that enough for the Houston Astros to become a contender for the 2025 World Series? Well, guys and girls, this has been a great show. It's been fast. It's been furious. I missed y'all last night. I had a blast with my son at the game. Wembanyama, dude, learn how to handle the ball. Quit being lazy, bro. That was really lame for a number 1 overall pick. To be as lazy as he was, his bones. San Antonio, you got nothing on us, H-Town. Look, my San Antonio fans, my bad. I'm joking. I'm not trying to, look, go Rockets, go Spurs. Oh, no, not go Spurs. What am I doing? Oh, man, this imploded fast. I better go. I'm delusional. Trade Myers. Let's just go spend all the money in the world, right? Sign Snell, sign Soto, sign them all. Let's go win another World Series. Y'all have a good one. For myself, for Eric Huysman, who's not here, he'll be here back on Sunday. Y'all have a good one. And as always, go Astros. That was insane. Love it, though. Love y'all. Out.